Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Racing Pals RP Series Round 4 here at the mountain of Bathurst. Oh, we're due for a fun race today as the GT4 cars come out for their qualifying. We are going to quickly switch over to the calendar. This is round 4 at Bathurst, Australia. 3 more rounds left in the series. This round, round 5 at Laguna Seca on the 31st of July, and the season rounding off on the 14th of August at Nürburgring. It will definitely be one of these races, one of these times, really. The drivers are going to need to start thinking about it and what they're getting on with and what they're doing and how they're cracking on. And we are going to also have to excuse the fan that you can quite clearly hear in the background of my microphone. It is very hot. I am not having fun in this heat that has swarmed the United Kingdom. So please allow me this. It is that hot. I am trying my hardest to live. So please just try and ignore it as much as possible. Try and, just ignore everything really, and, EA games, challenge everything. I am currently looking around. It is very, very annoying. So I am, for now, for this moment, I am just working on some stuff as we see drivers starting to come out onto their laps. 11 GT4 cars: Taylor, Hoover, Anxman, Andrews, Langvin, Ketten, Hatcher, Rubicon, Den, Reigns, and Fultz-Rochlau to make up the 11 car GT4 grid. Quite a good grid. This race out, I do say so myself. I am just grabbing the one more thing as we see the drivers come onto their first set of laps. Taylor last time out had a very, very good run. He won the race. He was away. Basically, no one was near him. It was just one of those times where you could just get an absolute rocket up, yeah. And he was gone. I'm just watching around. I'm just watching my memories spike everywhere. So we're with Lee Taylor in the Alpine-inspired liveries. We are jumping on board as he goes through Solomon Park, down the hill, round the right-hander. There's the barrier that everyone crashes into on the outside. You want to get it close, but not as close as possible. Into McPhillamy Park now, the part that everybody knows and loves under the 7 News sign. Into Skyline, through the corkscrew, the front left lifts off the ground there, and then the front right lifts off the ground here as well, as you smack right down and go under the banner that tells us what game we're playing, past all the Shannon signs, and then into Forest Elbow, or Bentley Corner as they have been calling it. I think another driver just joined in there. We got a little bit of a lag spike. I think that's what that may have been. As under the Amarok V6 sign, up we go. I'm just trying to find my phone here. So if you're new to the RP series, the first 15 minutes of this half-an-hour qualifying session is reserved for the GT4s. The latter 15 minutes are reserved for the GT3s. This way, the GT3s and the GT4s don't come into any strife with each other. And we'll all be pretty happy, and hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers very, very crossed, we'll be feeling all good. I'm just grabbing my phone up for the stream chat. In the chat, Earthquake asking me how I'm feeling today. Yes, if people don't know, last night I got into a very, very good state. I was not feeling the best. I think we will say that I was drunk. Crime, I am the best commentator. You cannot say anything, right? I just needed to grab my phone. Can we get Transpaganist commentator? This one doesn't read comments. I'm trying, please. This is all I've got, don't take it away from me. He got pissed off and asked himself. Yeah, I did indeed. So we are, as I was reading, we are switching to James Andrews, currently running 4th. Taylor taking provisional pole in GT4 at 2:13.142. Followed by Hatcher in second at 2:14.590, but with the fastest sector 1. Here's James Andrews for Wins JT Racing. We're on board with the Aston Martin GT4 car with that very thick looking wheel. And yeah, if people are wondering, I feel fine. Yeah, I feel alright. Didn't have a headache this morning. No issues at all. I think James Andrews just hits that barrier going through McPhillamy at Sullivan Park, I should say. Look like a little bit of a tap off that barrier. Someone who is improving a lot is Brad Hoove in a groove on the move. It's Hoove for Yukon in the grey and black Audi R8 GT4. As he comes down and round Cookie Corner, there is one of the other Audi GT4's den off, in fact. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, he's just lost it going down the hill into Forest Elbow and just rolled the car backwards. That's going to be a lot of damage, I would say. There's also False Rochlau getting into a bit of strife as well. A bit more damage there, but he is still going, so I expect that may be the same sort of issue that came across our man earlier on. As I'm just having a drink. Oh. And we see Hatcher half a second off. That might not be the most helpful of things. Half a second. Half a second is half a second. Husky, can you sort me a kebab? No, I cannot. I don't have the money to get myself a kebab guns at this current moment in time. Because if I had the money to get a kebab, I would be getting myself a kebab. I'm just scrabbling around because my RAM issue seems to have returned. Oh, we get heavy lag. Not sure what happened there, but something went a bit Pete-on. You are the working man now. Yeah, the working man who's waiting to get paid. Yeah, we'll admit the fact that I'm waiting to get my money, shall we? That's the problem. I may be the working man, but I've not yet been paid. Oh, something has a bit of fun. There, so we see Hatcher coming round and round and round and round and round and round and round. I'm juggling between chat and everything else at this current moment in time. Please give me a little bit of a moment. We are going to jump on with Morten Anksman. He's improved a fair bit for some obscure reason. Windows is still showing me. It's this extra heat that is doing it. The extra heat is causing the pain. It is very hot in the UK. If people are unaware, the UK is currently melting. We are having one of the hottest times ever. It's currently, according to Weather App, 31 degrees outside in the real world, which means my room is probably sat at about 32, 33. Maybe even higher. Should we try and find out? Actually, wait there. I've got a thermometer in the corner. Let me go and find out how hot my room actually is. Is why you're gonna hear the fan. Oh. Slap in the eye drum. So, for people wondering, in my room it is currently 35 degrees Celsius. That is why I am melting, as we're with Jeffrey Langvin in the other BMW, one of the 3 BMW GT4s. In fact, currently running P4, 2.7 seconds off of pole position in the class, currently still held by Taylor at 2:12.825 is the time that everybody is chasing down. Taylor has been an absolute force to be reckoned with. As we get the dash cam, you can see it's following the horizon. You can just see how close you get to all the barriers as down the hill we go. It's easy to wash the car out wide. We've seen it twice already. But this time round, Langvin gets through very, very safely and very, very happily, as under the Amarok sign once again we go up towards the cutting as we head down the Conrod Straight. This is going to be the problem. And this is your current provisional pole sitter, Lee Taylor, for the Gentleman's Lounge in the BWT Alpine-inspired livery. I think that might be an invalidated lap. There at turn 1, it was indeed. So let's go actually to Luca Den in All In Racing, the red number 82 car. As you can just see how close that's getting. Forget the race. Here's how hot it is in my room. Well, you gotta feel for the commentators. You know, we have a very hot job, very painful. Commentating in a very, very hot room. It's why you can hear my fan. Live with it. As we're coming up to the final couple of minutes in the GT4 qualifying. This should mean about a lap, maybe 2 if you're lucky, for the GT4 cars. GT4 cars can finish their laps once the 15 minutes is over. So just because the 15 minutes has come along does not mean they are forced to not go and complete their laps. Someone who has yet to set a time is Ralph Ketton for Mark Racing in the number 70 Audi GT4s. I've EQ'd out everything below 500 Hz on the stream and the fan noise is gone. Well done. I don't know how to do that, so, you know, we will have to see where that'll go. There's a yellow flag, so I think that is someone maybe invalidating their lap. And finishing up, not invalidating the lap, finishing up. Let's jump on board with Ralph Ketton as he heads down the Conrod Straight into the cutting. Oh, you can just see it's going to be very, very tight. In the Bathurst race we had here, earlier on in the year, it was a very, very tight, very close race. There, my original plan was to go and get the highlights video from that, but I forgot, so I'm sorry. The track provided us very, very good racing over that period, and I'm sure it will provide us great racing here today as well. As across the line comes Ralph Ketton, again an invalid lap. So he's going to have this lap really all or nothing. So let's have an on-board lap here as he heads through Hell Corner at turn 1. You can see there's a long way towards turn 2 under the Audi Sport banner. You get downhill and then back uphill on the brakes. Turn 3 to Visit New South Wales sign on the outside. Very raised curb on the inside. Hit the outside curb. Now the run to turn 4, or the cutting. Turn 3 and 4. Turn 1 of the cutting and turn 2 of the cutting. Up now. Past the BT Ultimate signs, under BT Ultimate bridge into Suleiman Park. Round we go. Oh, you can just see the car is wanting to push away. You can just see how much of the steering that Ralph Ketton is having to fight with as we go through McPhillamy Park. Now into Skyline, under the 7 News sign. Is he going to make it? He's hit the curb as he heads into the corkscrew, into the barrier. Into the barrier for the Audi R8 as Luca Den is off. Let's see what's happened to him as we jump on board with him. He's heading through the cutting, hard on the brakes, over the curb, the car's just gone out from under him there. Wow. Car just went out from under him. And that is not what you want to see, Rubicon. Oh, there goes Lee Taylor. That was a good bit of avoidance there from the current GT4 leader. He had to avoid, otherwise there would have been a crash. But now the GT3 cars are out on track. So here is your provisional GT4 standings as Lee Taylor absolutely bodies that little Alpine into the barrier. Wow. So Lee Taylor takes provisional pole, followed by Hatcher in second. Third is Angsman. Fourth is Rochlau. Fifth, Langvin. Sixth, Andrews. Seventh, Reigns. Eighth, Hoove. Ninth, Rubicon. 10th, Den. And 11th, not setting a lap, is Ralph Ketton. So now we grab the GT3 times, and the driver who I am very, very happy to see back is this man in the BMW Big Schnozenator. If you watched the endurance race, you'd know Simon Beeg from the endurance race. I believe they came through and took either first or second in the Big Schnozenator. Also, let's see if I reposition my fan. So it kind of just blows out onto me instead. Is that better for you, Guns? Is that better for your delectation? Now, let me also turn ACC sounds up as well. So in that way, it should be all right. So, much like the GT4 cars did, the GT3 cars get 15 minutes of qualification. 19 on the grid, comprising of the three classes: Platinum, Silver, and Bronze. Platinum being in the white number plate, followed by Silver in the grey number plate, and the Bronze in the red number plate. 19 cars and 11 GT4s, so that makes up a total of 30 cars on grid. 30 cars on grid. As I'm not sure who I could call onto the fastest time, but here is someone that we will definitely be looking at. Here is Thomas Jack for Start Your Bastard Motorsports. This time out, if we remember at Silverstone, he was in the Jaguar. This time out, he's in the V12 Aston Martin. With a very, very nice message on the side of that car saying happy birthday to Mr. Musselheim, which we cannot see from the thing. From all of the cameras, the other car on that side for him. Once we find him, this was probably the worst way to go and find it. Literally is the worst way. I'm going to have gone through literally every car. There he is. Here is Bingus McBongus. Also for Start Your Bastard Motorsports, but the more family-friendly version of SYB Motorsports. And on the rear wing, I was told to have a look. They have hidden my little logo there on the rear wing, which I love. I love it when people put random stuff on there for me to find. And I think it's along is just looking for a little bit of grip. Robin Moe takes the quiz time to begin with a 201.807. Thomas Jack goes 3 tenths behind, and then the rest of the grid sort of shuffles its way in amongst it. Let's get amongst it, boys. We'll jump on board with the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Just hear that unchained, not Aston Martin, what's the word I'm looking for? That unchained engine of the, not Lamborghini, yeah, it is Lamborghini. It is indeed Lamborghini. I'm smart, I'm freaking smart. As here we see Thomas Jack, also for Start Your Bastard Motorsports. There is the other start your Bathurst Motorsports car. Thomas Jack got about 3 attempts to try and find. One thing to note about Bathurst today, a don't be stupid zone has been added in. Basically, the entirety of this mountain section down to the Conrod Straight is a don't be stupid zone. Clue is in the name, don't be stupid. Here, let's just listen to that V12. As it rumbles its way, well, screams its way past, in fact. We're going to get on board with Thomas Jack. He was looking to want to take pole in the race earlier on when we were having practice against Robin Moe. Interesting fact before this final corner, they at the minute have the same best sector 1 of 38.477. Thomas Jack has just taken a second out of it, and now he's 2 tenths off. However, the driver who is looking to be beaten by Thomas Jack is Robin Moe, who 201.297. That is, I think, what Robin would have wanted. Jan Tenner, all in racing, the number 10 Audi R8, getting down the gears around the final corner. Little bit of curvy across the line, goes into P5. P4 in class, I think we should say. So I'm looking around the place. Kai Sforza, ooh, he's had a crash and a half. I'm not quite sure what that was. And Jacob Alacia for Speedy Jacob Racing in that matte grey and orange machine. The 431 Porsche 911 GT3R, I think it is. Same as what they call it all the time. Goes into P9. That's 3rd in class for Jacob. And the guy that he's meant to be chasing down at the top of silver class is Ian Arnold, currently 3rd overall, 1st in class. And the grand total of 3 cars, putting himself between Kai Sforza. Silver looking very much like the Porsche gang today. It's all Porsche. Just seeing Ian Arnold coming down the mountain section. He's got a couple cars ahead, one of them being Gary Rowe. The other one, I think, is Kenny as well. As we head over the hill, down the Conrod Straight. The Lumirang not really in the best position in this car. Through the cutting, down, not the cutting, through the chase. That's the word I'm looking for. Through the chicane, now one more corner. Thomas Jack has pulled over to stop his lap. And there is definitely some movement. Here is someone who is gaining a lot of time over his previous lap time. 4 seconds up so far is Chopper as he heads into the pit lane to abort that run. Jan Tenner, oh, that's a big one. What's happened to Jan Tenner? Oh, he's just hit that outside curve through the chicane and nosed it into the barrier. That's a fun one. And that car has not had fun. There as we see Simon Beeg currently running P3, 7 tenths off of Robin Moe up front. As, oh, we see a lot of yellow flags. Jacob Alacia, yellow flag. I think that was going to be the same thing. Ian Arnold, yellow flag as well. Let's see what's happened to him. He's driving, and he's pulled over just to abort his lap. In fact, it wasn't a yellow flag for a crash or anything like so, which is a good thing to see. Now we've got Rene Battenberg, lap 1 Foxes in the Castrol-coloured machine, the Honda NSX. Head round, Justin Gottlieb. Not quite sure, he's off at McPhillamy Park. Not sure what's happened there. Jay Kenny also off at McPhillamy Park, so we're going to have a look at what's happened with that. I think they may have had a coming together. We're watching Jay Kenny in the red Aston Martin. You can just see Gottlieb in the background in the Lexus as they head through Solomon Park towards McPhillamy Park. And see, Kenny's just there. He's getting flashed, and he just gets sent into the shadow realm. Wow, okay, I'm I'm just watching the replay back on my phone. Yeah, he's just been sent away there. So we'll jump on board with Robert. Wow, he's got damaged, quite a bit of it. You can see his steering isn't straight as he's heading through McPhillamy Park. I mean, he's still trying, so I'll give him that. And here is a driver who is still improving. Rene Battenberg in Platinum, currently 6th in Platinum, 7th overall. Basically 2 seconds off of pole position as he heads now into the chicane of the chase. Oh, a bit of curb there. We've seen a few drivers have trouble with that curb. Down the gears through Murray's Corner. He's got one of the Mark Racing cars up ahead of him as well. Jumps into P5 overall and P5 in class. So I'm sure he will be happy to see that. Denny Zenon as well. He's just coming up into turn 2 in the Audi R8. We'll see how he goes, how he does, how he goes about it. And he's going to get amongst it, I would say. And today is going to be fun, actually. After the stream today, I'm going to be going off and playing some Battlefield 3 reality mod. That was released today for Battlefield 3. Imagine Squad. And put it in Battlefield 3, much like the Project Reality mod for Battlefield Bad Company 2. This is bringing that sort of thing into Battlefield 3 with Frostbite 2 and the Destruction engine, so that's very nice. Also, I'd like to say in the top right of the screen, you can see the Husky Sports logo. Very, very lovingly made by James Andrews, who is driving in GT4 with us today. I think, as he put it, he made it, and the other ones that he's made, which you'll see later on in the season, he's made them because it's funny, and it was apparently a way to procrastinate, I think. I'm remembering that correctly. One thing I'm going to quickly do is throw on the auto cam and go and get a bottle of water from downstairs because it is very, very hot in here. So I'll leave you with Simon B. The imagination of that. Heat rises. It is absolutely freaking boiling in here. I've got myself some water and a yogurt because yes. And as we come up to your final 10 seconds of qualifying, Robin Moe leads the way. He won't get another lap in. A 201.297 for a driver who will want to absolutely ruin that time and take pole position for himself as this man here, Thomas Jack, for Start Your Bastard Motorsports. 1/10 just over off of Robin Moe. And I think he's had it before, and he will be looking to have it again. As he wants to go around the corners, absolutely throw that Aston Martin into everything that he possibly can. Through McPhillamy Park. Through the skyline. Oh, he's lost it! It's over! Thomas Jack has lost it into the barrier. And it's over for him. His dreams of a pole position start absolutely in tatters. As there we see it again. He's just tapped the barrier on the outside of Skyline into Corkscrew. And that is the end of his session. And that will leave him in P2. So there is your provisional lineup. Robin Moe in pole position. Thomas Jack, P2. Third was Beeg. Fourth, Bongus. Fifth was Battenberg. Sixth was Shopper. Seventh was Xenon. Eighth was Arnold. Ninth was Tenner. 10th was Swartzer. 11th was Rowe. 12th was Gottlieb. 13th was Fox. 14th was Long. 15th was Delisle. 16th was Laosia. 17th was Shobland. 18th was Mueller. 19th was Kenny. And 10th was Nicholas Van Joey. And then in classes, in Platinum, is just a read-off. Moe, Jack, Beeg, Bongus, Battenberg, Xenon, and Tenner. In Silver, Arnold, Swartzer, Rowe, Long, Alacia, and Shoblam. And in Bronze, Shopper, Fox, Gottlieb, Delisle, Mueller, Kenny, and Nicholas Van Joey. So we'll wait for the drive button to show. So there is your order, and then in GT4, as we know, Taylor, Hatcher, Anksman, Fultz, Rochelau, Langvin, Andrews, Rains, Hoove, Rubicon, Den, and Ketten. 31 cars on the grid. It's going to be a very, very good race, I would say, as we get the 2.5 minute waiting time for our drivers to sort their stuff out and get themselves ready. I'm not sure. Who do you think is going to come out on top? That front row is looking rather spicy. With Thomas Jack and Robin Moe duking it out. I'm sure we'll see quite a lot of good combat between the two drivers.
The friendly pit bunker is going to be the perfect place to dissect the action here today at Bathurst. Let's check out some race facts. We're due for a checkered flag at around 1:45 here local time, which means 270 to 300 laps, which is the equivalent distance of Melbourne to Brisbane, or for the Euros, about London down to Madrid. Now, lots to talk about here. We'll touch short at what's happened here.
We won't be doing that. There's not really much I can say, but as normally happens, I think we're going to see some tightness happen in the different classes. We're going to see some drivers making moves. The Don't Be Stupid zone is there for a reason. We may see a couple of drivers try it, especially as they get stuck behind GT4s. The Don't Be Stupid zone should be the whole track. Well, no, because that way no one's being not stupid. As we get ready, the 4 to 10 second timer will go. Remember, it's a double file formation lap. Single file formation lap, followed by a double file rolling start. as off goes Robin Moe. The number 17 car, Aaron Rains. He is currently in 27th. Bang in the mid-pack of GT4. 7th place out of 11. So he'll have a little bit of time to catch up. He is our Silverstone 4-hour winner in GT4. He's had a little bit of a troubling season so far, I would say. But all things do come back. As we look up the place, someone that I will expect to see maybe some movement on is this man here, Simon League, in the BMW. He was quick here in the 4-hour race, and I'm sure we'll see some good things from him today. He's starting in P3, but he has got that Lamborghini behind and that V12 Aston ahead. We'll have to see. Guy Sforza as well, 2nd place in silver. Ian Arnold literally just in front. In the battle for the silver lead. But Porsche versus Audi on a start. I would call it more in favour of the Audi. Sorry, I'm just finishing up my yogurt before we start. Low-fat cherry yogurt from Lidl. Very nice. But I would suggest it if you're near a Lidl. Lidl actually have some very good stuff. I use their app nowadays if I'm ever nearby. And if I'm ever nearby a little on a Saturday, near closing time, which is not very often, it sits there and goes, you know, come in, get a free donut or a free bagel, or as it was a few days ago, about a couple of weeks ago, we were there. You know, we had gone and we had gone. No, it's not a paid promotion at all. We had gone to drop my sister and her partner off as they're going on a night out. We went to McDonald's, and I was like, oh, I know, I need to go into Lidl and get some Coke because you know, £2.38 for 6 bottles of Coke, great. And it was like, oh, you can also get a free vegetarian pizza, and I'm like, get in there. I love the vegetarian pizzas; they're great. So yeah, the Lidl app, great. And if you complain about the fact that they sell your data, they do already, so you might as well use it. And that leads us on very, very nicely to the start of the race. As we're going to get ready, keep an eye out for the start line. And we go green at Bathurst, and Thomas Jack is on the speed already. We're on board with Robin Moe for some obscure reason. No! Bad, Assetto calls the Competizione. Bad! And already, side by side, we see the V12 Aston getting its top speed out ahead of the Honda and already into the lead. And a bit further back, Robert Delisle. He's looking about the place. Toby Long as well, but we seem to be okay. And you can see in the background all of the cars absolutely plummeting it up as into cutting we go. Oh, Robin Moe, he is looking about the place. He's looking at where he can try and attack Thomas Jack. But Thomas Jack has used that top speed in the Aston Martin to just accelerate away from the Honda. And we got a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag. It's Rubicon. We will see what has happened here. Oh. 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 Oh, the Bentley's like, no. So GT4 will be lapped a bit quicker than we were originally expecting as Kenny, oh, he's off at Skyline. The GT4's after panic. Oh, Reigns collects him on the way through. And straight back to the pit lane. And that means Kenny has taken the race lead. Rene Bambo also looking very, very touchy on the back end. He is doing very well at the minute. He's trying to keep up with Bingus McBongus. Happy birthday. You just hear the scream of that V12 engine as we go to start the first full racing lap of the time. That was a little bit of a interesting goes. Oh, yellow flag again. This time it's Ketten and Rubicon. Ketten's there, he's reversed. Oh no, here comes Rubicon. Oh, it's such a big crash. Oh dear. Oh, and then he backs into him as well. And oh my life. Ketten is just, he's now, the car's absolutely bugging. You're not getting your deposit back on that. Not a chance you are getting your deposit back, and we'll get the... Oh, Bingus McBongus hits the wall. I can't get into the flow. There is just so much happening all at once. As Simon Meek is chasing down. Oh, he's losing it. He's losing it. Does he hold it? Yes, he does. Very, very good recovery there from Simon Meek. On the back wing now of Thomas Jack. He's got Robin Moe chasing down behind him. He also now has Simon Meek in contention, but he has dropped back a little bit from the whole getting a bit of a tank slapper through McPhillamy Park. But still, Thomas Jack leads from Robin Moe in second and Simon Meek in third. You can just hear down the straight the V12 Aston. Away it goes. But with 55 minutes left of the racing action today. Big code round, yes indeed. As we head through the cutting and chicane towards Murray's Corner. Oh, Robin Moe got a much better exit. There's Ketten deciding to test out the rally pedigree of a very, very screwed up Audi R8 GT4 car. Did you know they rally GT4 cars? I never knew this until a few weeks ago. And I saw a picture of a Alpine A110 GT4 rally car. Because why not? Oh, Battenberg's round at turn one, into the barrier, down goes the liquid molly sign and straight into reverse. And he is going to lose a whole heap of positions. He was in 5th when that happened, and now 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Not 16th, he's lost 10 positions off of that spin there. That is not what he would have wanted. And could someone ban this Kieran Glynn guy from my chat? He's being a bit of a knob. As we get back to the racing as it happens at the start of lap 2. So we're not even the first 10 minutes in. And we've had all of this action so far. René Battenberg, it looks like he's got away with light damage, maybe no damage at all. It was a very gentle nose into the barrier at the inside of Hell Corner. So we may see him getting away lightly with that one, but it has put him right back down at at the back of Platinum class, and now he's got a lot of cars to get his way past, to fight his way up. The first of which being Jacob Alacia at the 431 car in the Porsche, and they go side by side down the Conrod straight. We'll see how this goes. And Jacob Alacia has lost out the position, but it's not all over. Keep in mind, with how the class racing system works, he's not actually racing Battenberg at all. He's, in fact, racing the next car along, Toby Long, and then the next two cars along, Gary Rowe and Kai Slotzer. So in reality, losing that position has only lost him track position as we get on with Daniel Fox. All the way through, free car train, Kai Slotzer just in the background there. You can also see the little pack we were following earlier on. We will see how we go. As side by side now, Toby Long and Rene Battenberg. This will give Battenberg the inside into turn 2. Whoa, there's a Lexus. I think that's a Gottlieb off. That's the outside of turn 2 is on the dashboard. Looks side by side, Jacob Alacia and Toby Long. Jacob Alacia sneaks his way up the inside there. What a good move. He read that very well, and that's an extra position for our man Jacob Alacia. And now back with the lead battle. Robin Moe is looking everywhere he can against that V12 Aston. We are going to stay with this for a little bit. We'll jump on the dashboard of Beeg as we run down over the hump under the Pirelli sign. Now that Aston Martin is rapid in a straight line. Of course it has got V12 engine in it. Through the corners, maybe it's where a little bit of struggle comes in, a little bit of strife, as you can just see how much Beeg has managed to close up. 2 cars ahead. You can just see Robin Moe chasing all over the rear end. He goes to the outside through Murray Corner. They will go side by side. There's a little bit of door banging. This opens Beeg up very well. He gets past Robin Moe with that little bit of combat between the V12 Aston Martin and the Honda. So this means now Beeg is up into second place. But now he will have to defend very, very stoically from the Honda as they go too wide into the second corner. Moe gets the later braking, manages to swoop around the outside. What a move there for Robin Moe. But now there will be about a 4/10 gap, in fact, between Moe and the V12 Aston Martin, which will come down, I would think, through the corners. Someone I was speaking to yesterday, a friend of mine who plays ACC, explained that the aero balance in the V12 Aston is basically just aero balancing a brick. It doesn't really matter what you do to it, it's still a brick. As through all the corners, you can just see how much that Honda has closed up. Wow, it's already just there, but then down the straight we'll see 2 temps as they've entered Forest Elbow under the Amarok sign. But we'll see 2 temps still, 3 over the hump. Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 4? No, 3 tenths, and then on the brakes. We'll see, does that close back up? Yes, it does. It does indeed. Simon Beeg might have had a bit of strife earlier on as well, as he's now 1.5 seconds behind Robin Moe down on the brakes. Now, this is where they had their bit of combat earlier on. There is a yellow flag out. Who is it? It's Rubicon once again. He's trying to do a 3-pointer. We'll have a look at what's happened. Oh, he's lost it on the outside of Bentley Corner. And he's just nosed that car into the barrier. It's not had fun. He's tried to punch it. Bonk into the wall the first time. Reverse. And back to pit lane with him. I would say might be the best situation. That car looked very, very painful after repair. I'm not quite sure. He had that contact earlier on, and I think he returned to garage as well. So that will be the second return to garage he has done. So my question will be, does that count as a pit stop? No. The 3 drivers have already pitted. Daniel Fox, Justin Gottlieb, and Ralph Ketton all have pitted already. Jacob Alacia also in the pit lane. I'm not quite sure why. And a bit further up, this battle at the front of the pack is holding up once more. The driver of the day is the back to pits button. He's out of line, but he's right. And you get the nice camera as they glide their way down the mountain. Fun fact, the guy that designed Bathurst wanted to make a racetrack. He went to the local council. They said no. So he went off. He came back and went, I want to make a public road. And they said yes. And then he made Bathurst. Well done. Whoever, as I said in the Bathurst stream, whoever made that decision to allow him to do this after his first failed attempt is sacked. There's another yellow flag. It's Toby Long. What's happened to Toby Long? Oh, he's had a crash. Not quite sure. And, oh, that's at the corkscrew. I wonder... That's the back of the car gone. I wonder if the front right lifted and it's just caused problems going in, which I think it might have. That's going to put a damper on his race as Morten Angstman right on the back end of not Mueller. On the back end of Langvin. BMW versus BMW. I was about to say that is a very interesting looking Bentley ahead of him. As they head through the corkscrew. We'll see over the hump, down into Bentley corner. Round we go. It's always difficult driving your cars. Oh, another yellow flag for Lyle. I think he's crashed out at the first corner, but we're going to have to switch back ahead once again to the battle for the lead. Mo versus Thomas Jack. They are back within a tenth of each other. Honda versus Aston Martin. Oh, very good bit of grass there for Thomas Jack. He holds the position. He goes defensive. Robin Moe will have to try and find his way. Oh, a yellow flag for the leader of Silver and Denny Zenon as well. But we can't. We have to watch this battle. Quick, someone call the ESPN to do the cameras. Quick. I really should have put the Lance Stroll meme. Wait, I can do my version. What's happened? We need to know as we see Kenny returning to the pit lane. There we go. I've done the meme. But still, this battle up the front is raging on. 3:10. So this is about the gap they were the last time we checked in on them. Into Murray Corner, 45 minutes remaining on the clock. 29 cars out on track. Oh, a yellow flag for our silver leader. It's Ian Arnold. He's off the road. I think he's going to get out ahead and stay ahead. There's Rene Battenberg going back through him. Not quite sure what happened there as Rene Battenberg is off at Murray's Corner. Battenberg is off. So much drama, so little time. So let's check back in. Jeffrey Langvin lets Morten Angstman go past. I'm not sure if they may have had a little bit of touches. Oh, a yellow flag for Jacob Alacia. He's in the barrier at McPhillamy Park. Let's jump on board with the Porsche. Let's see what happens. He hits the inside curb. The car loses it. Reigns gets so close to being sent to the Shadow Realm. And I think that's Jacob Alacia there. For some reason, we were seeing he was out of the circuit. And again, the trio of first, second and third. Thomas Jack, Robin Moe and Simon Beeg. And they've got an Audi in the way as well under the name of Brad Hoover and the Groove on the Move. And everyone's like, nope, we're not dealing with this. And they all hopefully glide past him. But this is a freeway battle for the lead of the race with 44 minutes left on the clock. We head through the chase, now into the chicane, down the gears, get the way around. Now, this is where Beeg made a lot of time back earlier on, if you recall. Mo and Jack went side by side, had a little bit of contact, and that let Beeg slide on through. We are back in this quartet. Let's jump on the passenger cam once again, as we did before. You can see Robin Mo ahead, and the V12 Aston should just appear there out of the left-hand side. Yep, there he is. Robin Mo's off the circuit. This is going to give Beeg all of the opportunity he needs to slide on past. That is a big move there for Simon Beeg. And he is going to be very, very happy with that result. As we keep our eyes on, we'll see what's happening through the cutting. Now, Thomas Jack will be able to pull a little bit of a gap, but maybe not as big of a gap as he would have wanted to. Not quite sure, but it looks like Simon Beeg is going to stay ahead for now, as further back Daniel Fox is making his way through the GT4 field. Very effortlessly, being in the don't be stupid zone. You don't want to crash out anyone. Can we blame the heat wave for the driving? Yeah, I think we can. I'm boiling. My PC's probably not having a fun time, seeing as, you know, my coolant is probably sitting now at about 65 degrees, which isn't good for my fan, for my pumper tool, as René Battenberg is headed into the pit lane, and a bit further back Robin Moe will be side by side with Simon Beeg through the chase. Beeg will stay ahead for now, but Robin Moe is looking very feisty on the rear end of that Beamer. Just keeping a watch. Robin Moe will look at where he can make his moves. We've got a yellow flag. He looks to the outside. Shoblam's around at the top of the hill at the Shannon's thing. Get on board with Robin Moe now. They've got GT4 cars up ahead as well, so we will see how this goes. A bit of a gaggle of GT4 cars. They've got Aaron Rains and they've got Nathan Frischlau. Thomas Jack gets past the Porsche, but now they've got to contest Aaron Rains. They could use the GT4 to their advantage into the cutting. Simon Beeg goes around the outside, so too does Robin Moe, but he's going to have to give a little bit of a concession into the cutting. They all get through past the GT4 cars, all very, very safely, but very, very touchy, I would say. As through we go, through the first section. Now towards Skyline and the don't be stupid zone. Simon Beeg is all over the rear end of Thomas Jack. That BMW is chasing the rear end of the Aston Martin V12. And Robin Moe will be loving to see this, because it gives him the ample opportunity to speed up and try and catch the rear end once again. But this time Tom is going to be under attack from Beeg. Oh, there's a Morten Angsman. Oh, Beeg had to react to that. Robin Moe though didn't. He's gonna have overspeed. And he gets ahead. That was terrifying. There was a Morten Angsman who looks like he had spun at Forest Elbow, and then they all had to avoid, but Robin Moe was far enough behind that he could react and keep his foot more or less planted through the corner and get his way ahead. And that is a very, very good bit of usage. there as we see some of the GT3 cars moving aside for the Aston Martin of Thomas Jack. And down the inside tries Robin Moe on Daniel Fox. Won't quite make it at the corner and gets a little bit loose, which is going to give Simon Bigg maybe a bit of an exit speed advantage. He will definitely have the draft and the slipstream as Daniel Fox is just defending there in the background from Jacob Alacia. To the outside goes Big. Moe defends the inside. That's going to cause Big to wash out a little bit more. And that is that battle, I think, wrapped up just for the moment. Oh, further back, Anksman is in the pits. Looks like he's gone in for his actual stop. Nathaniel Foltz-Rochlau on the back end of Aaron Rains. See how this goes as round the cutting we get. They have got GT3 cars in the background as well, so we'll see where they try and go past. One of them being, I think that's Toby Long, the other one being Justin Gottlieb. Now, you don't want to be stuck behind a GT4 car, however, you don't want to bump one of them off the circuit either, because that is not a good shout. As almost to the inside there for McPhillamy Park, Justin Gottlieb looks, but he thinks better of it. Maybe to the outside through Skyline. No, he doesn't, but now we're in the don't be stupid zone, and that is going to slow everything up, because if you cause a crash here, the penalties are severe. That is the last thing you want, is a severe penalty. Now we look, Toby Long. This was actually a battle for position. I mean, these drivers have just pitted. Yes, they have indeed. Toby Long sliding his way past the GT4 cars. Nathaniel checking out, trying to get a little bit of slipstream. Doesn't quite make it happen. Rains gets pushed off the circuit a little bit, but will have the inside and absolutely cooks it. And that going to allow Nathaniel to get his way past. Yes, it is indeed. Tenner follows through, and so too will Delisle. That is some great racing. But for Aaron Rains, this is going to hurt a little bit because he was running further up. And now he's got quite a bit of a gap to gain. As one of the GT4 cars who's coming for a pit stop is leaving. It was Lee Taylor. He was in first place in class at the pit when he pitted. So we'll see where he does again, but further from, again, Robin Moe, we can see he's right on the back end of Thomas Jack. Simon Bigg is stuck behind Morten Anksman. It will be painful because he'll see that time absolutely melting away behind a GT4 car, and it has indeed 3 seconds to Thomas Jack up ahead. That is literally the opposite of what you would have wanted. Getting behind a GT4 car and then losing out to 3 seconds of the cars you're fighting. I think Bigg is coming into the pit lane. In fact, yes he is. So he's going to try and do the undercut. Maybe, but Thomas Jack is right under pressure from Robin Moe behind him. In silver class, Sforza has taken the lead, and in bronze class, Chopper, the number 94 Audi, is in the lead of that class with an absolutely insane 7 cars between himself and Mueller. Ahead, and now as they head through the cutting once again, they've got one of the GT4 Audis in the mix, but gets past nicely through the cutting, goes out wide to let him through. That is very, very respectful. And now Thomas Jack Just needs to start getting the runners out a little bit more than he has been. We'll see. Oh, a little bit more curve from Thomas Jack as they head into Skyline. There's another group of cars ahead, and this is in the Don't Be Stupid zone. And as the word states, it is the Don't Be Stupid zone for a reason. Robin Moe looks to the outside of the Bentley corner. Doesn't quite get it off as James Andrews moves over. That means Thomas Jack is going to have to look for a way around. He goes through the chicane of GD4 cars. Robin Moe has to follow. He gets past, but Thomas Jack has gained a fair whack of time off of that. And then down the gears we go through the corner. I'm not sure who gained more off of that. 4/10 is now the gap up front. As, oh, considering it. In fact, he was considering that move. And this will drag on for another lap. There's Daniel Fox up the inside. I think that's Ralph Ketton. Bungus currently running third. Just in the background as well. But there is a big group of cars all running around each other. Oh, it's been a one of those races so far. It has been absolutely insane. In all 5 cars at that moment, yeah, it's we've had some very, very, very tight running. So we get around the plays. Oh, Hatcher was just looking, but it wasn't quite to be. Daniel Fox, he has made his pit stop. It is one of those times where maybe going short and then coming back long could work out better for you. I'm not quite sure. The way the drivers do strategy typically, and this is the typically, drivers typically try and go half and half, get the half-hour mark, thereabouts, 2.5 minutes either side, to try and run out. Thomas Jack typically says he tries to pit when he starts hitting traffic, which I don't think today really can work as he has wanted. Robin Moe is also in the pit lane from P2. Oh, Toby Long is round. He's going to lose out some positions there, one of which to Delisle. And Kai Sforza getting his way past Tenner, who has gone into the pit lane as well. Sforza has yet to pit. You can see in the timing tower, the one next to the drivers' names is the amount of times they have left to pit. If it goes green, they've made their mandatory pit stops. We do not run a pit window. We just run a what's the word? A pit amount. You must pit once. You can pit whenever if you fancy it. Oh, golly! I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Gottlieb just gave a little bit of a love tap to the Audi R8 that we are following. Oh, and Simon Beek now right on the back of Robin Moe once again, so his undercut might have worked out for him. His tyre's probably only about 2 or 3 laps older, so that isn't an overly what's the word? That isn't an overly problematic set of scenarios. Through the cutting, Simon Big maybe trying to turn it a little bit too tightly. And we will see as we head under the BP Ultimate sign into the side camera that thankfully you cannot knock off on this game. However, try turning that to the real world drivers. It is the one camera that everyone seems to want to crash into. And Simon Big, 7/10, separating himself from Robin Moe as we head through Skyline now. Big was slower than Robin Moe in their previous stint. He was able to catch up when they were battling 3 apiece, Thomas Jack, Robin Moe, and Simon Big. However, this is the big however, he was able to make the most out of mistakes and battling that he could, and it did very much help him gain that extra little edge. So we will definitely see how he goes this time round as under the Pirelli sign down the Conrod straight can see him just appear from the top of your screen while the focusing decides to have a go. Thomas Jack, Bingus Obungus and Kai Swartz are your current top 3 cars, 1 and 2 in platinum and first in silver, have yet to pit in with 28 minutes and 20 seconds left of today's race. Justin Gottlieb is now the focus. He's in an absolute massive group of cars. 2 GT4s there. He gets past them, one of them being Reigns, the other being Hooven and Groove on the move, and James Andrews in the background, as well as Mueller has come in to pit, and so too has third place overall, first place in class Kai Swartz. So second place in GT3 Silver, and now he's currently leading it from second place, which is currently Ian Arnold. As Bingus Bongus for Start Your Bastard Motorsport gets past Langvin and down the mountain section, and you can see Thomas Jack getting past, I think that's Gary Rowe in the Super Ernie Aston Martin V8 Vantage, not V12, V8. There's, a yellow flag. Who is it? It's Jacob Alacia. He is round. What has happened to Speedy Jacob? He's already got some damage on the front and the sides of the car. He's going through Skyline. I think he may just overcook it here. No, he's run through there fine. Does he have a problem at the cutting? Not the cutting, sorry. At the corkscrew. He does. You can see the car just lifts. He tries to snap it back. I think he knows the front right side into the barrier. And now he's panicking. Reverses because he sees a Schoblem and a Gottlieb come past. That is not ideal. Not what he would have wanted, as Vingus Hongas has come into pit as well, meaning the only driver left out on track in the front end, I think overall actually, who has yet to pit is this man, Mr. Thomas Jack. His gap is currently 55 seconds to Robin Moe behind. 56 now. 57. 57 second gap to Robin Moe behind. That is not quick enough. Not enough time to win. Pit stop times looking to run about a minute without damage, a minute and 10, 15 thereabouts with damage. So I don't think I've seen any damage on Thomas Jack's car. So about a minute really, and he's got 57 seconds between himself and Robin Moe. As Bingus Obungus has been a naughty boy on his birthday and has sped in the pit lane and has picked himself up a 30 seconds stop-go penalty. Wait, I can be like the French race director guy they have. Car 8, stop-go, 30-second penalty, speeding in pit lane. Car 8. There we go. I've fulfilled one of my fantasies, which is really weird, but we'll see if Thomas Jack pits in this lap. I think he will have to. No, he won't. He's staying out as 2 cars further back. Simon Beek on the attack of Robin Moe. Where is he? Oh my life, we're in a massive group of cars. A mix of GT3s and GT4s as we head into the Don't Be Stupid zone once again. We'll jump on board with Simon Big. He is looking around the place. Is he side by side with Moe? No, he's not. Yes, he is down the inside of Bentley Corner. Who's going to come out on top? Moe will get stuck behind Hatcher. Big has made the move into second place overall. That will be one of the contenders for move of the day. He tried down the inside. Hatcher went wide, and that stuck Mo round the outside behind the GT4 car. As now, if Thomas Jack needs the pit at any point, which he does, this is the time to do it. A 1:02 gap between himself and Simon Beek, who is in a battle and traffic. A battle and traffic. Those are two things that you really do not want to see together. Unless you're the car in front. If you're the car in front, you would love this. And we see Luca Den, trying to find his way. Thomas Jack pitting in 1:02. Gap between himself and Simon Bigg. Simon Bigg is still in the mountain. He will have Robin Moe there, so we could see Simon Bigg come out to take the lead of the race. But I'm not quite sure. Pit stop sitting. The fastest pit stop I can see is a 1 minute flat. That was done twice by Simon Bigg and Ian Arnold, followed by a couple of 1 minute ones from Robin Moe, Tenner, and anyone else? No. Then some 1 minute 4s and 1 minute 5s. Then we start getting into people that I think have damage. Thomas Jack, we'll see. If it's a 30-second stop, it'll just be tyres. We will have to see. When does he get dropped down off the jacks? He's dropped down. It's 33 seconds. He's going to come. I think he's going to get out in front anyway. Thomas Jack may have actually run this so well. A 1:02 pit stop time. Thomas Jack has beautifully timed his pit stop. That is how you do it. He saw the time there. He found it, and he is ahead and away of both Simon Bigg and Robin Moe. 4.6 seconds between Simon Bigg and Thomas Jack. That is what he would have wanted. That is entirely the way to go about it. He has timed it to absolute perfection. Simon Bigg gets back the old BMW M6. Makes his way round, so too does Robin Moe. And you've got some. No, I don't want YouTube Premium. Stop it. And yeah, you can just see Simon Bigg now accelerating off. He has got Robin Moe keeping him, you know. What's the word? Keeping him on a short leash, I think, is the word that I'm looking for. And Simon Bigg has got three more cars to get his way past before he's even at the back end of Thomas Jack. 2 more cars now, both of which being GT4s. We see Jan Tenner. He is getting his way past one of the Mark Racing GT4 Audis. Probably the best way to go about it is down the Conrod Straight. It is the longest straight on the circuit and probably your best opportunity to get past cleanly and safely. There's Robin Moe. He has got big in his sights. I'm just trying to think where... Oh, I've just accidentally bunted my microphone. Where could he look to make that attack? Nathaniel follows Rochelau. He's chasing down the back of Jeffrey Langvin. They've got... I think that's Delisle in the back as well. Oh, Langvin gets very loose through the... oh! One of them gets through. Delisle gets caught up in it. And Langvin has lost out that position. That is P2 in GT4. Lee Taylor absolutely storming it away up the road. And the battle for the leader silver is looking like it's beginning. 9/10 between Ian Arnold in P2 and Kai Sforza in P3. Here we see Thomas Jack. In camera shopper, a yellow flag. I'm not quite sure what for. It looks like it just come out of a spin. Here is your current race leader of GT4, Lee Taylor, in the 84 Gentleman's Lounge Alpine. He's got Kai Sforza right at the back, and you can just see in the background the red Porsche of Ian Arnold as well as they head over the hill and down through Skyline. Now we'll see a few problems coming about because the Don't Be Stupid zone is there looking at everybody in the face. A little bit further back, Luca Den. He is attacking Brad Hoovengroove on the move. Audi versus Audi. This comes down to who has got the better balance in the car and who has got. The better understanding of the track and who's got more pace in the boot. One lap pace is not everything. It comes down to multi-lap. You know, with just under 17 minutes left of today's session, there is still time, and now they'll go side by side. I think that's Jan Tenner at the back as well. He can't really find a way past the two Audis at the minute, but it looks like Luca Den is going to get up the inside, around the outside, maybe try and get the inside through the cutting on Brad Hoovengroove. And that is that move made. Luca Den moves up into P26 overall. So Ian Arnold has been quickly overtaken by Rene Battenberg. He's also dropped down to about 2.5 seconds behind Kai Sforza up ahead. You can just see out focus there in the camera, the blue Porsche. That, I would say, is probably the worst situation that Ian Arnold could find himself in. I'm not sure if it's just a drop-off in pace or just bad luck. Could be any number of things, but he's got a mountain to climb in the last 15 minutes back up the top of silver. Remember, he took pole in silver class and is now in P2, so he's dropped down some positions. We'll see, but as he heads through Forest Elbow, as we see an absolute mangle of GT4s. Morten Anksman in there as well with I think that's James Andrews, and I think those are the two GT4 cars. René Battenberg, currently sort of all in his own little area. So Marshall Schopper gets his way past, I think that was Aaron Rains. It was indeed Aaron Rains. See, I'm smart. And he's currently running the lead of bronze class pretty convincingly, in fact. 6 cars separating himself from Daniel Fox. That is a very good situation for the Mark Racing Audi R8, number 94 car in the blue and black liveried. The Mark Racing cars running different colours on the cars, one of which always being grey. Yeah, very, very nice livery, in fact. Though we see René Battenberg, he's chasing down by Sforza. We want driver of the day vote. Well, you can go make driver of the day vote. I can't have Chrome open, everything's too hot. I'm sorry. As we get back to the battling, René Battenberg is chasing down Guy Sforza. He goes off circuit. Mueller, yellow flag. That's at the corkscrew as well, so we'll see what's happened. We're not going to quite see it in time. He's had to wait for the cars to get past. I'm going to make the slight insinuation of what's happened there is hit the drop where the front right tyre lifts up and has just lost out the rear of the car. That's happened to a few drivers up and down today. As we see Tom Hatcher on the back of Morten Anksman. BMW versus Mercedes. German giants. All we need in this mix is an Audi, and it will be the battle of and a Porsche. Basically, we need like half of the cars in ACC in GT World, and then we'll have a battle of the Germans. Can't remember, is McLaren German now? I actually cannot remember if McLaren is German or not. But we do see Kai Sforza looking at his way past, but he's going to get stuck behind for now, unless he tries going into the Don't Be Stupid zone. But as we have said before, the Don't Be Stupid zone is the Don't Be Stupid zone for a reason. And no, he stays behind like a good boy in the Porsche. That is what I would have done. His race is more or less safe at this point. There is no point trying to get past 2 GT4s. Crashing one of them out in the Don't Be Stupid zone and losing out a lot of time through a penalty. Elevated, of course, as it is the Don't Be Stupid zone. And now Hatcher was looking down the inside of Morten Anksman, but he thinks better of it and pulls out of the move through the cutting into the final 3 corners, through the final chicane. Now down towards Murray Corner. 10 minutes just over left of today's race. On the gears, Anksman gets not a great exit out of Murray Corner, and that could cause problems for him. As we're on board with Tom Hatcher, he's got René Battenberg now around the place. They make a little bit of a roadblock. René Battenberg cannot get through. He is going to be absolutely livid in the background there. The Honda will be stuck behind the BMW as they head through turn 2. It's side by side for GT4. Overtake may be coming. Morten Anksman, I think, will still hold side by side. No, Hatcher makes up the move And Battenberg gets his way past as well from the BMW. You can just see they had moved to defend and attack each other, and Battenberg was sort of boxed in. Police forces around the world, this is how you stop a car. As once again, Morten Angsman, he has closed the gap up. Absolutely insane amounts to Tom Hatcher up ahead. The gap, 3/10. With 8 minutes and change remaining. They head through Forest Elbow. There'll be only a few laps left. Your current leaders, let's say, is Thomas Jack for platinum, Shopper for bronze, and Sforza for silver. And in GT4, Lee Taylor holds the lead of GT4, and I don't really think he's going to be losing it at this point. It's been one of those races where it's been a lot of drama to begin with. Things have settled down, and we've seen a good bit of shuffling through the order, especially in the pit stops. So you've got a yellow flag for Rene Battenberg. He's pitted in, so I'm not quite sure what's happening. A yellow flag for Ian Arnold. He's had a crash. Let's see what's happened. This is through the cutting towards the chicane. He's on the brakes. He has to avoid James Andrews. I think he gets a bit of contact with James Andrews. And that put him off the circuit. There's a yellow flag for Delisle as well at the Bentley corner. Let's see what's happened to him. Head down towards the Bentley corner. He's lost it. Oh! Nose into the barrier. Almost took out his teammate there in the Bentley. At the same time, his teammate Mueller here, Till Mueller. And up ahead, earlier on, Beagle's overtaken by Robin Moe. Robin Moe, apparently 2 tenths between himself and Thomas Jack. Oh yeah, there he is. Wait. Oh yeah, there he is. I wasn't sure why Thomas Jack had disappeared there, but this is the battle for the race lead in platinum and overall. Thomas Jack has been pushing like an absolute stabbed rat today. He has been running in the Aston Martin V12 around Bathurst there. His best lap, very, very close to Robin Moe's. Best lap of the session, 202.097. Robin Moe's, a 202.160. Thomas Jack must have had problems last lap, because his last lap was a 209.255. Whereas the last lap for Robin Moe was a 202.720. So either he got stuck behind some GT4s or had a half spin somewhere. We will see. 6 minutes left on the clock. So we're going to have about 3 laps. 2 laps maybe. Not quite sure. I'll either have 2 or 3 laps. English. We head through now on the brakes. Robin Moe has to avoid. He's off the circuit. Robin Moe is in the gravel. I'm sure there is some German swearing inside the AlphaTauri themed livery. There must be some swearing in German. I can't swear in German. A, because YouTube will smack me in the face, and B, I don't know any German. But Robin Moe had Thomas Jack right there at his front bumper and had to avoid. That is drama of the highest echelon. What do we think of that then, chat? What do we think of that? Wow. I don't have any words. Robin Moe was right up the back end. And it just... There's moments in motorsport, virtual and real, where it seems the world does not want you to have a victory. And I think today, the world has decided that for Robin Moe, it does not want the victory to occur. See Tom Hatcher. This is an absolutely massive group of cars. 5 if I can count. Gottlieb trying to flashy. He'll get the outside. Gets past Hatcher, and Thomas Jack will have to attempt it as well. Oh, Thomas Jack onto the grass. He's going to make it through Murray's corner. I think he is. Yes, he is. Thomas Jack made it through Murray corner. It wants to show Sky Sports for some reason. To start the first of the final 2 laps. It'll be this lap plus 1. Remember, in GT racing, the race only finishes when the race leader overall crosses the start-finish line with 0 seconds left on the Rebellion timer. If the leading driver crosses the line with 1 second left, you are doing another lap. In both virtual and real-world GT racing, this has caught people out before. With 1 second left, the drivers cross the line. And teams hadn't really guessed for that 1 lap and have run out of fuel. Up the hill. Oh! Thomas Jack hit the BP wall. He's still going, but I think he's starting to feel the pressure. And if Gons would like to say in the chat, we are happily sponsored by... Don't even know if Gons is still in the chat, actually, but he should sponsor us. That'd be fun. As Thomas Jack looking to just get his way past Justin Gottlieb and Daniel Fox. Looks like he's going to get past Gottlieb very easily with the straight line speed of the V12 engine in that car. Daniel Fox, I think, might be a bit too far ahead, though, for him to find. At this point, no, there's contact! Thomas Jack is off into the gravel! Is he going to make it through? He does! Daniel Fox stops as well, and that will give... I'm not even sure. That'll give Gottlieb 2nd place in silver. Wow. With 1 minute left, we're on the final lap of the race. My throat really hurts now. And Thomas Jack is coming through, for the final time, up towards the cutting. And there's a yellow flag out for Ralph Ketton. I'm not quite sure. I think he might have just hit the barrier up at Suleiman Park. Oh, he has. I think he's just ruined it into the BP Ultimate barrier at Suleiman Park. That is not what any driver wants to do. And I think he's just going to have to try and limp that car home, wait for... Thomas Jack to get past and then just finish off that lap. Instead, as here is the man of the hour, Thomas Jack. In the VB Start Your Bastard Motorsports Aston Martin V12. Coming through the mountain section for the final time. Through Forest Elbow, we will catch him along for the finish of the race. But we've still got the Conrod and 2 more corners. Last lap he had dramas here. I don't think he's going to have many dramas this time round. As I think there is a Nicholas Angelou there in the foreground too, in a slightly damaged McLaren. I would let him go past, mate, and then you only have to do the remainder of the final few corners. As down the brakes we go. through the final 2 corners. Now 1 more corner to go of Murray's corner. Down on the brakes, through the final corner, and across the line to take the victory here at Bathurst. It is Thomas Jack in the V12 Aston Martin. Big comes through in P2, Robin Moe in P3. And the driver who will come through to take victory of bronze when he gets round to it will be this man here, Marcel Schopper, for Mark Racing, the number 94 car. A very mixed day, I would say, for Mark Racing. They've had dramas, but they will have the elation of a victory in class, in bronze class. But a victory nonetheless for the 94 Audi R8 LMS Evo 2, piloted by Marcel Schopper. You can see Delisle and Mueller going side by side together. As well, Mark Racing cars 1, 2 and 3 there as we head through the final corner, and that'll mean across the line to take the victory. In bronze, it is Marcel Schopper. And then further back, Kai Swartzer is somewhere around this frame. Here he is, heading down the Conrod straight. There is a Ketten there in a very damaged Audi R8. Seems to happen at Bathurst. A lot of drivers take a bit too much into corners, and this track is absolutely relentless on what it will take from you. But to round off the winners of the classes, through the final corner comes Kai Swartzer to take the win. So here is your provisional finishing order in class. So in platinum to come in to take the win was Thomas Jack, followed by Simon Bigg, Robin Moe, Zenon, Tanner, Battenberg. In silver, Kai Swartzer came through to take the win, followed by Long and Schoblem. I don't think that's right. I think people are leaving the server. We have to wait for the session to finish. Oh, give me the thing. I think we are just waiting for Mr. Ralph Ketten to limp that Audi R8 round the final few corners and to head across the line. There we go. He's made it. So in your class orders, Thomas Jack came through to take the win of platinum, followed by Big, Moe, Zenon, Tenner and Battenberg. In silver, it was Sforza, Arnold, Rowe, Long and Schoblem. In bronze, it was Schopper, Gottlieb, Fox, Delisle and Mueller. And in GT4, Lee Taylor came through to take the win in the Alpine once again, followed by Fultz, Rochlau, Langvin, Rains, Anxman, Den, Andrews, Hoove, Hatcher and Ketten, the drivers that did not finish the race today, apparently being Alacia, Bingus McBongus, Kenny Rubicon and Nicholas Van Gel, who was disqualified. So we are going to move on to driver interviews. That's not the button I need, but no, we'll do it this way. So I just need to launch up my Discord, and you've just seen me have a little bit of a breakdown with the overlays. We will get all of the class winners in to the commentary room. Let me just find it. I am lost. Commentary booth. Right, so let's put this out. So we are going to first listen to Kai Swartzer. Hello, Kai.
Hello, hello.
There we go. So, you started P2 in silver. Come through to take the win of silver. How do you feel? What happened?
That was one of the most stressful races I think I've ever had. I was perfectly fine on my first stint. I went 30 minutes. I didn't touch anything. It felt really nice, but I was still behind. I was still in P2. And then after the pits, on the second lap out, I got like 5 seconds of damage, just like ruined my front wing. And so I was understeering all over the place. And then 10 minutes left in the race, I tried to pass a GT4, hit my front right suspension, and was driving the entire rest of the race with my wheel at like a 20-degree angle to the right. So that was on last lap, or last 10 minutes. So
Bathurst is a circuit that I said earlier on it takes a lot of respect from drivers. How did you find it, especially seeing as towards the end Arnold was looking like he was going to catch you but then dropped off again?
Oh, I was so afraid of him catching up to me because, again, I was trying to pass the GT4s, which they were all awesome, but still really scary doing that, especially in the mountain area, even in the safe zones. So.
And my final question for you, next race, I ask this to everybody, is Laguna Seca. You're in a Porsche. How do you feel? What do you think? It's going to be strong? Going to be not?
Like I'm going to be in the wall half the time, but that's what I thought here. So we'll see.
And you've won here, so you know.
Yeah.
You never know. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and speaking to me. Congratulations on the race win.
Yeah, thank you.
Who knows? You might win again. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe see you in 2 weeks.
I will see you later, mate. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.
So that was Kai Sforza who came through to win the silver category. We're now going to listen for Marcel Schopper. Hello.
My ass goes somewhere.
Oh, does it? Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Hello.
Yeah, I talked to Thomas Jack.
And now you're talking to me, the commentator. A win in bronze. You know, typically it's a tight class, but a win and to finish that high up. How?
Yes, I'm possibly better than I was in Barcelona. Barcelona was a bad race for me for the. My English is not so good for the leaderboard. So I think I must drive in silver or eventually platinum.
And I need to ask you this. How do you say your name? Because I think I've said it 9 million ways throughout the streams.
My second name is Schöpe. My first name is Marcel.
I got the first bit right. Great. The second bit.
It's a German name, so in England and USA, this names don't no.
And I actually wanted
I'm
to
not
ask.
Available.
I actually wanted to ask you a question about the Audi. Why have you chosen the Audi? I'm curious.
The Audi, it's a very balanced car. If you have the right setup, the car goes like on like a trail. The car makes exactly that what you do, and that's the Audi. You can put the fuel completely full, and the car drives exactly with low fuel. There's no change in the aero balance, 0.1% eventually, but the aero balance is every time straight. You can drive with low and full fuel, it's no problem.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and speaking to me, Marcel. Congratulations on the win. Next race
Thank
out,
you.
might win again. You never know.
We will see.
Have a good rest of your evening, mate. Well done on the win. I'll speak to you later.
Ciao.
So that was Marcel Schopper, who come through to take the win of bronze. And now the man that we want to ask many questions of, the madman who chose the V12 Aston Martin, who now probably has a headache and severe hearing damage. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
So, there's a little bit to unpack. Firstly, talk us through the win.
I mean, it definitely wasn't the fastest car there, though. I had Began most, like, right up my ass the whole way. And I got a good overcut on them. And then had some issues in the end, but so did, I think, Mo caught back up to me, but then he had to avoid a crash. And then I got a gap again. But yeah, it was fun, at least to begin with.
And I wanted to talk to you about that pit stop, because I was watching and I was looking at the time and I was like, when's he going to pit? When's he going to pit? Your pit stop came in at 1 minute 2 seconds. Were you just waiting for the gap to be around a minute, or was it like, oh, damn, I've got to pit?
No, actually, so I thought they had me because when Mo pitted, I ended up behind some GT3 traffic. And I luckily overfueled a bit and then just followed the map, saw that they had fresh air for a bit, but they were about to hit some really heavy GT4 and GT3 traffic. So I just went as far as the fuel would take me, and obviously I was in free air, so I didn't have the time loss they would have get. And then I was hoping, I hoped that was gonna like ensure I stay ahead. And the tire wear is not bad at Bathurst, not bad at all. So the overcut is not terrible either. Like even if I went in the lap after, I think I would have been out in the lead because they still need to warm up those tires.
And one of my final 2 questions for you. You drove the Jaguar at Silverstone. You've driven the V12 Aston Martin at Bathurst. Are you here for Laguna Seca? And what are you bringing?
Yes, I'll be here. And Muscle threatened, saying that anyone quicker that will have the penalty of having to drive the Rex. So the Rex it is.
Well, congratulations on the win, Tom. I think in the Rex it might be maybe a bit harder.
I think I'm going to be sitting at the back. I'll be racing the GT4s.
And is there anything else you'd like to say before I let you go and end the stream?
Just happy birthday, Muscle.
Yes, happy birthday, Muscle. One thing I've noticed is none of the trackside cameras at Bathurst showed that message well.
Oh, really?
None of them did. But on the side of the Start Your Bastard Motorsport cars, there was, what did it say?
Happy birthday, Bingus McBungus, you dog cunt.
Lovely. And on that note, congratulations on the race win, Tom.
Thanks.
You might win GT4 in the Rex. You never know.
If I'm lucky.
Hey, I'll speak to you later. Have a good rest of your evening.
You too, man. See you.
See you later. And that was Thomas Jack, who come through to take the win in the V12 Aston Martin. He is in the Rex the next time out. That is going to be a insane race. But until next time, I've been Husky. And from everyone at Racing Powers, thank you very much for watching. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for the second to last round at Laguna Seca. Until then, thank you very much for watching over on the Racing Pals YouTube channel on the 23rd, so Saturday. There is the 6 Hours of Watkins Glen by myself. Actually, I'm going to see if I can grab someone in quickly. I'm going to quickly just see if I can grab someone else in, because I require someone for this. Here he is, my good friend, the Right Honourable James Andrews.
Hello. You summoned me.
Yes, I have. I was just saying, next Saturday, what's happening?
Oh, there's a race at Watkins Glen. The Glen.
There is, and who's going to be commentating it?
A couple of idiots that have nothing better to do on a Saturday afternoon, I guess.
Yes! One of which has nothing better to do on alternating Sunday afternoon.
I don't know if you're referring to yourself or me.
I mean, I'll leave that one open to discussion. But yeah, the 23rd will be the 6 hours of Watkins Glen. I'll be joined here by James Andrews, who I've heard has got a really good Murray Walker impression, so we'll have to wait and see.
I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to save
No,
it.
we'll have to
Special
leave him
occasion.
in suspense. And I hear it will be live on the HSPN.
Yes, Husky Sports News Network, or whatever it is. I'm disappointed in you, Husky. I was watching the stream back, and I was battling for most of the race, and you got none of it. Absolutely none.
Well, battle when there's nothing else happening. But thank you for coming and explaining the Watkins Glen 6 hours. It will be over on the Racing Pals YouTube channel. As well on Sunday, the Formula Pals, commentated by our good friend, the Right Honourable Gentleman Deep Cuts. Around the same time as this, so around 7:45 p.m. BST, about 6:45 p.m. UTC and American time zones. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I've been Husky, and from myself and everyone at Racing Pals, including James, goodbye.